Hi folks, it's Miss Abby. Today I want to talk to you about two books with meta fairy tales, or stories within stories. The Hazel Wood by Melissa Alberts is a spooky tale about fairy tale characters who have escaped into the real world. The Language of Thorns by Leigh Bardugo is a collection of stories loosely adapted from fairy tales and folklore that you may be familiar with, but taken in a new direction and with some references to the author's previous works. The main character of the Hazel Wood is 17-year-old Alice. Alice has always lived with her mother, and the two seem to always be on the run from bad luck. Decades ago, Alice's grandmother, Althea, published a famous book of dark fairy tales called Tales from the Hinterland. But after publication, Althea refused to acknowledge her story's popularity. Instead, she shut herself away in her estate called the Hazel Wood and became a recluse. When Althea suddenly passes away, a mysterious figure claiming to be from the fictional hinterland kidnaps Alice's mother. With no one else to turn to, Alice teams up with her classmate Ellery, who's a huge fan of Tales from the Hinterland, and together, the two of them travel to the Hazel Wood to rescue Alice's mother. This book has a dark, fantastical atmosphere. Althea's fairy tales are not cheerful stories about princesses and woodland creatures, and the characters that come to threaten Alice and Ellery are dangerous. Do you want to give you guys a heads up? Not everyone gets a happy ending in this story, so this might be a book that's better suited for readers who don't mind or enjoy bittersweet conclusions. In author Leigh Bardugo's Grishaverse series, she has characters who come from countries all over their world. The 6 stories in the Language of Thorns are meant to be stories that come from these fictional countries. There's The Soldier Prince, which features a magician, a young woman, and a nutcracker that comes to life. The Witch of Duva, which is inspired by Hansel and Gretel. And even a villain origin story in When Water Sang Fire, which shows us how the sea witch from The Little Mermaid might have come to take on her identity. These stories stand on their own. You don't need to read Bardugo's other works in order to understand them, and each story is accompanied by detailed illustration. In the digital version of this book, the illustrations come at the end of each chapter. These stories are a wonderful blend of the old and the new, and readers will enjoy finding familiar elements while experiencing a fresh adaptation. This is a great choice for any fan of fairy tales, folklore, and myths. If you'd like to read these books on the Cloud Library app, I've included their ISBN numbers in the description below. Just search them up on Cloud Library or use our online catalog. For help downloading or using Cloud Library, I've included links to instructions as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.